Hi, my name is Scarlett, and this happened a few months back. I'm 16, so after a normal day, I ended up going to bed as usual around 12 after studying. Everything appeared to be normal, but that was the last night things were ever normal for me. I don't really remember everything properly, and a few things are kind of a blur, but I'll do my best to explain it. I remember sleeping in my dream and suddenly opening my eyes. It was my room, and I don't know if I sensed something, but I was really scared and panicking. I was having a panic attack for sure. I'm used to waking up with panic attacks and run around the house. I was aware that I was getting a panic attack in my dream, but I was really scared of something in my room which I don't remember, and was quite unusual for the panic attacks I generally got. So I reached out to my phone where it was near my head every night and tried calling my parents who were sleeping in the room across from mine. I was shaking and thrashing and panicking and crying, and I wasn't able to breathe. But when I called them, they picked up. But I couldn't even speak anything. I tried to scream and say something, but nothing came out. At this point, for some reason, I knew that this was a dream. But I was so scared of something that I kept thrashing and moving my arms and legs wildly to get up and move from my bed. But the middle part of my body wasn't moving at all. I kept screaming and trying to wake up, but I couldn't. Nothing happened. But then suddenly I woke up from the dream and was thrashing and moving my arms and legs exactly how I was doing in my dream, but the middle part of my body was still not moving. My eyes were open, and I was in the exact same position on my bed, and I was trying to scream, but this time I could hear my screams. Suddenly, I felt a lot of hands pushing my arms and legs down on the bed so that they stopped moving and held it tightly to the bed. At this point, I was aware I was awake, but I couldn't see who or what was holding me, but I could feel it. My body was still jerking, trying to move my arms and legs, but those hands held me tightly. I was crying so much and kept screaming and trying to free myself. Then I felt a lot of cuts and wounds all over my body. I could feel myself losing a lot of blood at a high rate. The pain was so intense that I started screaming so loudly, and I couldn't hear anything else over it. The scream was loud enough to wake up my neighbors, but still my parents, who were right across the room, didn't come. I felt hands or nails or some type of sharp tool make a gash on my face, and I started bleeding there too. And my screaming got so loud, I woke up again. This time, I actually ended up waking up, but was crying and covered in sweat, and my body hurt so much, as if I was actually wounded, and I kept screaming for my parents, but no one still came. Eventually, I passed out and woke up as if everything was normal. But when I tried to get up, I felt dizzy and couldn't get up after that, and I threw up multiple times. So my parents ended up calling a doctor for me. He checked me out and told me I had a lot of blood loss and that I needed to be taken to the hospital to get more blood. The doctors ran multiple tests but couldn't figure out what was the cause of the blood loss. I had given 3 bags of blood in the span of a few days, but it was quite healthy and healed me to go back home. I tried to talk to my doctor about the nightmare, but no one believed me. I had so much proof, most essentially the fact that a lot of blood had vanished from my body for no reason. I also checked my phone after getting discharged and found out that I had called my parents in real life that night, and not just in my dream, when I started to have a panic attack and they didn't pick up. They said they didn't hear it, but they had a missed call from me in their call log too. But they don't believe what I had explained to them. I don't know if everything from the start was actually happening, or just getting hurt in my nightmare actually ended up in losing blood in real life. I don't have any wounds or anything which can prove the blood loss, and even my doctor doesn't know anything yet. But who and what took my blood and why? I haven't slept since that day, and now have insomnia. I am seeing a psychiatrist, but he doesn't believe anything. So this is the only place where I could share it, And maybe someone can help explain what happened to me. I can't even trust my own parents now with everything and have even stopped talking to everyone. I don't even talk to my psychiatrist anymore because he doesn't believe me. I hate everything and everyone. And maybe I'm going mad day by day and growing more and more paranoid of everything. I don't get out of my room at all anymore and do nothing. I just don't know why no one believes me.